get ready for a lightning-fast charge of the latest in electric mobility. We're diving deep into Europe's accelerating EV sales, the surprise embrace of Chinese electric cars, Indonesia's ambitious energy transition, and a major shakeup for California drivers. This is Electro Drive News. Let's get electrified. First up, Europe is on the fast track. We've got the latest projections from EY showing just how quickly electric vehicles are set to dominate new car sales across the continent, surpassing gasoline and diesel vehicles sooner than anyone predicted. Get ready for the full breakdown. Then, we head to Germany, where a surprising sentiment is emerging. Europeans are starting to seriously consider Chinese electric cars, with one driver even saying, "Why not?" as they check out BYD models. We'll explore what this means for the established European automakers. And in Indonesia, a bold net zero emissions goal is driving a massive transportation energy transition, with state-owned PLN expanding EV charging infrastructure at an incredible pace. But are incentives enough to keep the momentum going? Plus, California's Clean Air Vehicle Decal program is ending, leaving drivers frustrated. Don't miss a second. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Europe's EV sales are set to skyrocket, outpacing gasoline and diesel vehicles much faster than anticipated. A new EY report forecasts that electric vehicles will exceed half of all new light vehicle sales in Europe by 2032, a monumental shift driven by stricter CO2 regulations and the increasing availability of affordable EVs. While hybrids will bridge the gap until 2030, the future is undeniably electric. Konstantin M. Gall of EY highlights that while the US faces policy uncertainty and infrastructure gaps, and China leads with a robust ecosystem, Europe is on a steady recovery path. This uneven timeline means automakers must adopt flexible strategies to cater to diverse market needs. The findings underscore a global acceleration towards e-mobility, with Europe positioning itself as a key player in this transformation. Don't go anywhere, because the next story reveals a shift in consumer perception that could shake up the entire European auto market. What happens when European drivers start saying, "Why not?" to Chinese EVs? Europe is warming up to Chinese electric cars, challenging the long-held dominance of domestic brands. German designer Teo Asabu, after inspecting a BYD at the Munich Auto Show, expressed openness to buying one, stating if they are sold here, it means they meet European standards. This sentiment signals a significant potential shift in the European market, where brands like Volkswagen, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz have traditionally reigned supreme. As Chinese automakers like BYD bring competitive and increasingly sophisticated EVs to the continent, consumers are beginning to question long-standing loyalties and consider the merits of these new offerings based on quality, features, and compliance with European standards. This growing acceptance could force established European manufacturers to innovate even faster to maintain their market share. But is this growing acceptance a sign of a broader global trend? We're heading to Indonesia next to see their massive commitment to going green. Indonesia is accelerating its energy transition and boosting its EV ecosystem. But what's causing a slowdown in sales? Indonesia is doubling down on its commitment to net zero emissions by 2060, with a major focus on transforming its transportation sector. Director General Enia Listiani Dewi emphasized that tackling carbon emissions from transport is a top priority, outlining a strategy that includes electrifying vehicles and developing sustainable fuels. State electricity company PT-PLN is a driving force, rapidly expanding EV charging infrastructure, boasting over 4,200 charging units by September 2025 and welcoming public investment to build the ecosystem. However, the path isn't without hurdles. Dina Nurul Fitria of the National Energy Council points to a recent slowdown in EV sales growth, largely due to the expiration of purchase incentives and the decreased attractiveness of EVs compared to more affordable internal combustion engine vehicles. This highlights the delicate balance between ambitious environmental goals and consumer purchasing power. And speaking of government incentives and their impact, A major change is happening right now in California that has drivers seeing red. California's Clean Air Vehicle Decal program is ending, and drivers feel blindsided. California's popular Clean Air Vehicle Decal program, which allowed low-emission vehicle drivers access to HOV lanes, is ending September 30th, sparking outrage among owners who feel their contract has been violated. Despite a recent state announcement suggesting an extension through 2027, the program's federal approval has lapsed, effectively ending its crucial benefit. Drivers like Cynthia Neal and Carrie Avalos express deep frustration, with some even considering switching back to gasoline cars because the primary perk of their clean vehicle purchase is now gone. The California Air Resources Board blames the federal government's failure to act for the program's demise, reaffirming California's commitment to a zero-emission future despite such setbacks. This abrupt end highlights the complexities of incentive programs and the impact of policy shifts on consumer behavior and adoption rates. That's all the news for today, but we've got a rapid-fire recap coming up right after this. Europe's EV sales are surging ahead, Chinese EVs are gaining traction in Germany, Indonesia is pushing hard for net zero with expanding EV infrastructure, and California drivers are losing their HOV lane access. That's the latest from ElectroDrive News. If you found this electrifying, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow us on all social media platforms for daily insights.